Did you imagine when you signed it would go as well as it has?
Yeah, when I signed, like it's hard. You don't really think that far ahead, I suppose. You just kind of trying to make sure you settle in okay and get yourself in the team. And I'm still sort of the same way now, just kind of taking game by game. I don't look too far ahead. It's been really good for me and it's been enjoyable, and I've been taken in really well as well. No, I've loved it.
And that FA Cup final in November 2022, a special night for you.
The club hadn't won a trophy in a number of years, so to do it in our first year as a proper team was brilliant. The manager obviously came in the year before when the team was bottom of the league, and within less than a year and a half he had us winning the FAI Cup, so he deserves huge credit for that as well. A brilliant day, just having all our families there. All the lads would have had their kids there. They're the days that they can never be taken away.
Brian, a lot of awareness being raised about mental health in sports, all walks of life. We've also had a bit of a case come up in this league, in the League of Ireland, with Bohemians keeper James Talbot having to step back from the sport. I mean, do you think there's a lot of pressure within this industry that have to bottle it up? And do you appreciate people like James speaking out about it, because it is a very important subject?
Yeah, just firstly on James, I suppose it's what he did. I thought was incredible to come out and speak out about it, because I'm sure there's other players that would taken a lot from him coming and speaking out, and for someone so popular and highly regarded in the league to come and speak about that, I thought was amazing. And it's great to see him back now in and around the Bows team again, and I'm sure it's not long till we'll see him back on the pitch doing what he does best. But as you said, yeah, look, it's a tough industry. People like the PFAI and stuff are very good in helping boys if they need it, and obviously the addition of social media and stuff, some boys can get very wrapped up in it. It's obviously 90% of the time it's probably people with anonymous people writing on things, and some boys, especially we'd say to the younger lads coming in, is you probably have to try and avoid it as well at times. It can be a dangerous place, but as I said, like, there's support around the club, around the league and the PFAI now, and it needs to keep getting better, so people in the same position can speak out and get help if they need it.
You're a very popular playing staff member. I can't think of too many goalkeepers around that have their own song. I mean, how does that make you feel?
It's brilliant. You don't get bored of hearing it at all. I think it was probably Cork away last year was the first proper rendition of it, and ever since then I think everyone's getting in on it. But yeah, I kind of joke with the lads about that as well. It's not often that a goalkeeper is a very popular player, so no, it's great for me. It's a very proud moment hearing that song, and my family and all will be laughing at it as well.
Yeah, I mind actually hearing you one day coming onto the stadium, you were singing the Yellow song. So I mean, is it something that the boys all do? Do they sing each other's songs to each other? And
sometimes people will just throw out the chorus of it, not even singing it, they'll just walk by and say it. Obviously after the European game we were all singing Mickey Duffy's song just because he had scored obviously the big goal over there. It can be a bit of crack in the dressing room at times, yeah.
I've seen in the modern game, a lot of the top coaches, even in the major European leagues, they favour goalkeepers that can play with their feet. I mean, do you think that's just as important now as it is as being good with your hands?
I think it's getting to that. It's a big part of most teams now. It's a way of, the way I look at it is, it's a way of gaining control in games if you can keep the ball for as long as possible, Definitely a growing trend in the modern game, and the manager is very good with me and giving me the licence to play, and he trusts me, so that's all a player can want.
Proud moment for yourself was when you were called up to the Irish national squad. You've been in a couple of camps.
Yeah, it's amazing, and as you said, to be called up a few times as well is really good. It gives you that confidence that you're playing well and it's being noticed. Great experience, being in and around top coaches and top players, and I learned a lot from it. The group were great with me as well. They made it very easy to settle in.
Do you see yourself maybe one day really having a tussle for that number one spot?
Look, we'll see what happens. I just want to keep playing as well as I can at the club now and see where it takes me. But they're three brilliant goalkeepers and they're three brilliant lads.
Somebody asked me, do you prefer red sauce or brown sauce on a fry?
Red sauce. I don't have many of them actually, but
your favourite childhood football team?
Celtic.
Where would you want to play if you weren't a goalkeeper? What position?
Probably midfield.
And this is actually my favourite one. If you weren't involved in football, what would you like to do in life?
It's a very good question. It's probably not something that you think about much when you're playing football, but it's something that the PFAI would be encouraging us to do. If it was to be a different sport, I'd say a lot of the lads would say they'd love to be a golfer.